Shalom and welcome to Branch of Israel. This is Rabbi Roger coming to you from God's beautiful country, Israel. During the month of October is the remembrance of a famous war. It came at a time that war still seemed to linger in the minds of the Israelis since the inception of Israel in 1948. The Arabs did not want to give up trying to regain what was lost in the 1967 Six-Day War. Yet on October 6, 1973, began what is known in the history books as the Yom Kippur War, or the Day of Atonement War. On the Arabic calendar, it was the month of Ramadan. This is the time when they fast from sunup to sunset without food or drink. In the evening, they are able to eat and feast all they want till the next morning. This month is also a time for the Arabs to help those in need. On the other hand, for the Israelis, the Day of Atonement is a day when all vehicles remain off the road. Families and children will literally walk or play in the streets. However, on October 6th, it was a day of disaster, or so it appeared for the nation of Israel. Soldiers would be at home with their families, and the religious would be in the synagogues, hoping God would write their names in the book of life. On the southern end of the country, the Egyptians flew more than 200 aircraft, attacking a vast number of military bases and Israeli targets. They also crossed over the Suez Canal, with thousands of infantry soldiers capturing Israeli strongholds in the Sinai region. To make matters worse, at the same time in the Golan Heights, the Syrians were attacking and crossing over the 1967 ceasefire lines. Other attacks were going on in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Syria, between Israeli missile boats and Syrian missile boats. At that time, Israel used radar countermeasures to avoid Syrian missiles. The next day, there was a similar war off the coast of Egypt. The tide started turning on October 8th, with the Israelis pushing the Syrians back towards the pre-war ceasefire lines and inflicting heavy tank losses. From the 11th through the 14th, Israeli forces in the north pushed their way towards Damascus, eventually shelling it with heavy artillery. On October 24th, the UN passed another resolution serving as a renewed call for all parties to adhere to the previous ceasefire terms established on October 22nd. Most heavy fighting on the Egyptian front ended by October 26th, but clashes along the ceasefire lines and a few airstrikes still continued. By October 28th, disengagement talks took place between Israel and Egypt. Henry Kissinger took the proposal to Anwar Sadat, who also agreed. United Nations checkpoints were brought into place to replace Israeli ones. Non-military supplies were allowed to pass, and prisoners of war were to be exchanged. When the ceasefire came into effect, Israel had lost some territory on the east side of the Suez Canal, but gained territory west of the canal and in the Golan Heights. For more teachings and information, visit branchofisrael.com. That's branchofisrael.com. Again, this is Rabbi Roger coming to you from Israel. Thank you so much for listening. Lahitharot, goodbye, or see you again.